Hello my friend. How are you? Do you know about the Pele? What he did? Why everybody called him the king of football? If not okay, just give me 10 minutes from your valuable time. I will explain his life history. Pele, the great footballer, was born on Edson Arantes do Nascimento on October 23, 1940, in Três Corações, Brazil. Pele is widely regarded as one of the greatest footballers in history. His story is one of humble beginnings, rapid rise, and sustained excellence, all of which made him an international icon. To understand Pele's greatness, we need to delve deep into the cultural, social, and footballing aspects of Brazil, his career achievements, and his lasting influence on the game. Pele was born into a poor family in the state of Minas Gerais. His father, João Ramos do Nascimento, commonly known as Dondinho, was a semi-professional footballer whose own career was cut short by a knee injury. Pele grew up in relative poverty, and the legend says that because he couldn't afford a proper football, he played with a sock stuffed with newspaper or with a grapefruit. Despite these difficult conditions, football became his passion early on. He was nicknamed Pele as a child, though the origin of the name remains unclear. Some accounts suggest it was based on a mispronunciation of a local goalkeeper's name, Pele, while others propose different origins. Regardless of its beginnings, the name would soon be known around the world. From a young age, it was clear that Pele was not like other children. His exceptional footballing talent led him to join local youth teams, where he quickly caught the attention of scouts. By the time he was a teenager, he was already being seen as a future star. The rise at Santos FC. Pele's professional career began at the tender age of 15 when he joined Santos Futebol Clube in 1956. At the time, Santos was a relatively successful club in Brazilian football, but Pele's arrival would elevate it to new heights. In his first season, Pele's impact was immediate. He scored in his debut match and finished his first year as the top scorer in the Campeonato Paulista, São Paulo's regional league. Pele's prodigious ability to score goals, his pace, his agility, and his ability to make the game flow naturally soon caught the attention of the national team. By 1957, he was already making his debut for Brazil, at the age of 16, becoming the youngest player ever to score for the national side. 1958. The world takes notice. While Pele was already well known in Brazil, it was in 1958 that he truly announced himself on the world stage. At just 17 years old, Pele was called up to Brazil's squad for the 1958 FIFA World Cup in Sweden. Initially, Pele wasn't a regular starter for the team, but when he got his chance, he seized it with both hands. He scored his first World Cup goal in the quarter-final against Wales, a match Brazil won 1-0. It was in the semi-final against France that Pele truly shone. He scored a hat-trick, guiding Brazil to a 5-2 victory. In the final, against Sweden, Pele was once again spectacular. He scored 2 goals, one of which is considered one of the most iconic goals in World Cup history, where he controlled the ball with his chest, flicked it over a defender's head, and volleyed it into the net. Brazil won 5-2, securing their first ever World Cup, and Pele, at just 17, became a global sensation. Club dominance with Santos. While his World Cup heroics made him famous internationally, Pele's domestic career with Santos FC continued to thrive. The 1960s were a golden era for Santos, largely because of Pele. Under his leadership, Santos became one of the most dominant teams in Brazil and South America. They won numerous Campeonato Paulista titles and clinched the prestigious Copa Libertadores twice, in 1962 and 1963. One of the most notable aspects of Pele's play at Santos was his versatility. Though primarily known as a forward, Pele could play in multiple attacking roles. He had extraordinary vision, which made him an excellent playmaker, and his goal-scoring ability was second to none. He could score with both feet, from long range, close range, or through headers. This versatility made Pele more than just a striker. He was a complete footballer, capable of changing the course of a game in multiple ways. In addition to domestic success, Santos, with Pele leading the line, became an international attraction. The club played numerous exhibition matches worldwide, showcasing Pele's talents to fans across Europe, North America, Africa, and Asia. These tours further cemented his status as a global superstar. 1962 World Cup and injury setback. Pele was expected to dominate the 1962 World Cup in Chile. Brazil entered the tournament as favorites, and Pele was the main reason why. In their opening match against Mexico, Pele scored a stunning solo goal, dribbling past 4 defenders before finishing coolly. Unfortunately, disaster struck in the next game against Czechoslovakia, as Pele suffered a severe groin injury that ruled him out for the rest of the tournament. Despite Pele's absence, Brazil's depth and the brilliance of Garrincha ensured they won the tournament, defending their title successfully. Although Pele wasn't on the pitch for much of the tournament, his influence on Brazilian football was already profound. After the disappointment of the 1966 World Cup, where Brazil failed to progress beyond the group stage, Pele and his compatriots were determined to make amends in the 1970 World Cup in Mexico. This tournament would be a fitting stage for one of the greatest teams in football history, with Pele as the centerpiece. Brazil's 1970 squad is often considered the greatest national team ever assembled, with players like Jairzinho, Rivellino, Tostão, and Carlos Alberto supporting Pele. The team played a breathtaking brand of football, full of flair, creativity, and attacking brilliance. Pele scored 4 goals in the tournament, including a header in the final against Italy, which Brazil won 4-1. It was his performance throughout the tournament, however, that left a lasting impression. From his visionary pass to set up Jairzinho's goal against England to his dummy against Uruguay's goalkeeper, Pele was at the heart of everything Brazil did well. The 1970 World Cup victory cemented Pele's legacy as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, footballer of all time. After the 1970 World Cup, Pele continued playing for Santos, but by the mid-1970s, he was nearing the twilight of his career. In 1975, he made a surprising move to the New York Cosmos in the North American Soccer League, NASL. At the time, football was still a developing sport in the United States, but Pele's arrival changed everything. His presence helped boost the popularity of the game in the US, and he played a key role in raising the profile of the NASL. Though Pele was past his prime during his time with the Cosmos, he still managed to display flashes of brilliance. In 1977, he led the Cosmos to an NASL title, capping off his illustrious career with a final piece of silverware. After that, Pele officially retired from football in 1977, after a career that spanned 2 decades and saw him score more than 1,000 goals in official matches, though the exact number remains a topic of debate due to differences in record-keeping. His impact on the sport extended beyond goals and trophies. Pele had become a symbol of football itself. His legacy transcended the football field. As a black man from a poor background, Pele became an inspiration to millions worldwide. He was a unifying figure, beloved not only in Brazil but also around the world. Post-retirement, Pele became a global ambassador for the sport, working with organizations such as UNICEF and advocating for peace and social justice. Pele's legacy was not without controversy. In the 1990s, he was involved in a public spat with Diego Maradona, who was often considered Pele's main rival for the title of the greatest footballer in history. However, in later years, the two would reconcile and express mutual respect. Three-time World Cup winner, 1958, 1962, 1970. The only player to achieve this feat. More than 1,200 goals scored in official matches. Multiple titles with Santos, including the Copa Libertadores and Intercontinental Cup. Recognized by FIFA as the World Player of the Century alongside Diego Maradona. Honored as a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador and recognized for his contributions to humanitarian causes. Pele's influence on football is immeasurable. He helped shape the way the modern game is played, with his combination of skill, athleticism, and creativity serving as a blueprint for future generations of players. He was a pioneer of O Jogo Bonito, the beautiful game, and his legacy continues to inspire millions. Though Pele passed away on December 29, 2022, his impact on football and the world endures. The tributes paid TQ for giving me your valuable time. May God bless you and your family.